Hello, welcome to another episode of the Long Hop Cricket Podcast. With me, Owen, alongside me, as usual, is Dave. And today we're going to be going over the first one-day international between India and England. And also, to let you know, early doors, that we will be going through the comments at some point during the show that people have left. We're super grateful for it and keep them coming. Dave, how has your week been?
Been good.
Nice.
The listeners won't know that it's actually been a while since we've got down.
Since we've actually done a podcast.
Because the Christmas special and New Year's special was done probably within 2 or 3 days of each other.
Yeah.
And the captaincy one, if you haven't listened to that, go back and listen to it. Whether Cook should be the captain was done before Christmas, wasn't it? So it's nice to be back in the chair.
Yeah.
I've been busy redecorating the Long Hop Cricket Podcast studios.
Nice, yeah.
AKA my one-bedroom flat. I've been busy doing that. How about yourself?
Yeah, I've been pretty busy. Driving around a lot, taking people places.
Gone and got a bat refurbished, haven't you?
Yeah, for anyone who's interested, get my bat refurbished before the season starts.
Was that the Milchamp and Hall?
Nah, Hawk, local producer, cricket bats.
I've had a look at bats recently on telly.
Mm-hmm.
They don't look as good as they used to.
No, I don't think they do either.
That Milchamp and Hall you got looks nice, though.
Yeah,
that's the only nice looking bat.
Those are the old stickers as well. Those were the old stickers when I had it done, and I got that made years and years ago. But yeah, bats price gone through the roof for anyone that's interested.
Do you reckon,
but they go, seriously,
do you think Hawk could maybe do some work on that GM Max?
Well, the one that spent like 6 years out in the rain.
I was going to have a handle till we finish with it.
You need a grip for starters.
The grip. You brought a grip round there, didn't you?
String coming off it.
For those of you, well, none of you will know, but this was a bat we famously, between ourselves, cricket. Used for garden cricket. Back when it was a few houses ago.
Since some wars.
And
what happened to it? Did you throw it away?
Yeah. Well, the handle flew off, didn't it, when you were busting? News.
Right, yeah, news.
I've got a few pieces of news for you. Oh, the dog's kicking.
Right, come on.
The dog just kicked away my mic stand. Pakistan have levelled a series up between Australia in their 5-match ODI series. It's 1-1, 2 matches down. Another news is South Africa whitewashed Sri Lanka 3-0 in the tests. Poor old Sri Lanka aren't really doing very well as a visiting team, are they?
Yeah.
Something I actually saw, which was nice. Stuart Broad did you see this in the Big Bash? Stuart Broad hits off the last over, hits 14 off 4 to win the game.
I didn't see that, no.
Yeah, he's done all right. Stokes puts himself forward for the IPL.
I saw that.
We spoke about this.
Yeah. Put himself up for contention of getting in. He'll definitely be. I don't know why someone wouldn't. He's got to be right up there, isn't he? For being bidded on in
Stokes.
The IPL. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
I think he's got to be
up there with Butler, really, isn't he? And to finish with, Cookie will meet on Friday with Strauss to talk about the captaincy and whether he's going to keep it or not. I should imagine they've got a scheduled meeting. It's been announced by Sky Sports. I heard it on Sky Sports. So if you haven't listened to what we think, then go back and listen to the last episode. We talk about the captaincy, and that's about it now, I think.
Right. Should we get on to the first one-dayer?
When are we going to own up that it's our fault that we've got a voodoo, we are a bad charm on English cricket?
We don't say that. We don't. If England set 350 in every one-dayer, they shouldn't lose one dayer.
So
right.
Today England lost by 3 wickets.
Yeah.
England put on 350 and India get 356 for 7. I think it was like with 12 balls or 11 balls to spare.
I think it was in the last over, wasn't it?
No, it was 12 or 11 balls to spare.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Because I was reading on the Keeping Up on Sky Sports and they do that like live feed thing. Mm-hmm. And it said 49 overs. And it was...
In the 49th over means it's 48 points.
Right, yeah, so that's right. Yeah, Mo and Ali just got put in the stands, didn't he? Brilliant.
first ball 6. They needed one off the last, off the first. They needed one off 12.
Yeah,
and I think
brilliant. Let's get it
to
done.
6. Just a quick bit of team news. It's kind of what you'd expect, isn't it? They keep with the 2 spinners of Moeen Ali and Adil Rashid.
Yeah, there's no real.
I suppose Jake Ball is kind of toughed it out for that last spot. Is it Jordan and Plunkett normally fight out? Jordan, Plunkett, and Ball normally fight out for that last bowling spot, don't they?
Yeah. I
So
don't
he
mind
picks
Ball
that up.
getting in. I mean, that's good.
Yeah, I don't think anything would have changed with either
Well,
Jordan
yeah,
or Plunkett in that team, to be honest. Maybe Sam Billings might have picked up a spot after scoring 93 in one of the warm-up matches, but that batting lineup, it's going to be very difficult
Pretty
for
solid, isn't
a
it?
player to
It's
get
pretty
in there,
solid.
isn't it? The Indian team, we see Dhoni come back. He's now only playing ODI cricket. Yuvraj Singh makes his way back. And did you see Bumrah, his action?
I know. Throw in it.
Do you know what it reminds me of? You know, around like Christmas time,
Right.
and there's those, or like you see on American like car advertisements. The dog, sorry. You know, there's those blow up dolls and the arms go out like that.
Yeah, no. There's quite a lot of bowlers that do that though. There are quite a few you see doing that now. They like put both arms bolt right up, and then it's like when in PE when you're in primary school and they tell you to swing your arms opposite ways, see if you can do it.
Yeah.
It looks just like that. And
No,
it looks throwy. It looks like his arm bends and it's be a nasty action to face.
The batting. There's not much you
can't
have a go at anybody. 350 is an incredible score.
I watched some highlights and Roy and Hales. Well, I know Hales got run out.
That was lazy running, wasn't it?
From even the highlights, looked like their running wasn't great between the two of them. I don't know if they need to work on that because it's got. I don't know if maybe it's the stadium's so loud that it's quite difficult, but it looked quite dodgy. So
did you know there was something like there was? Oh, I can't remember. 38,000 there. That's like Premier League football standards.
It's so good, isn't it? They love it.
You know, Roy Root and Stokes. Brilliant efforts, 70, 70 and a 60.
Yeah.
Stokes was quite brilliant towards the end of the innings. That comes off 62, came off 40 deliveries. And I think the stat was, when I was watching it, was England scored off the last 7 overs 100 runs. Wow. And the Indian bowling was actually not very good, I don't think.
Right.
I think there's a few exceptions. I think some of the spinners, maybe Jadeja did all right, I think. And I don't think maybe that Pandya, the fast bowler, was all right, but no one else really stood out to be much. I didn't really make much of this Bumrah. He's supposed to be one of the best death bowlers in the world.
They were saying he's become like really good since he started playing for India. They think he's going to be incredible. So, but I mean, 350, you can't complain, can you? As a batting side, especially as we were put in.
No,
you can't complain about setting a team 350 to then try and defend.
Well, 350,
it's huge.
It's massive.
It's a massive score.
I watched it and thought, okay, that's fine. At least we'll have something positive to talk about.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
And then the Indian innings start, and I think we get them. What was it?
Yeah,
60 for 4 at one point. 63 for 4.
Because I was keeping up on the updates. I was thinking 350, right? We should definitely win this. And then I thought, I'll have a look at sort of the early part of the Indian innings, but like just see how I was like, yeah, I've won this. Didn't look at it again till you text me, and you were like, I'm so angry. I had a look at it. I was like, oh my god, we've managed to lose it from there.
Though they were 6 over 4, but Kohli,
I know,
but he just looked like he was going to win the game. It didn't look like he was not going to win the game.
He's just.
The way he
looks so good,
came on,
doesn't
and
he?
They were 60 for 4, and he was still going up and over the top and playing this. We actually saw a lot from Roy earlier. It's really, when they look to just bully it through the leg side,
when they just step across all the stumps, and just
it's just
it
like,
through
you know
anyway.
what, wherever you bowl it, that's where it's going to go, kind of thing. And that was horrible to watch as an England fan, but as a cricket fan, it was actually
it's class.
You thought Kohli's just playing some brilliant shots, and also his partner. Yadav, 120 off 75 balls. The only reason he
76
76 balls.
Yeah.
The only reason he really got out was he was struggling with cramp.
Yeah, I know. That's what's giving me hope. Like the two people who did really well limped off when they got out after getting hundreds. I was like, maybe they won't play in the next one.
So it really, okay, Jade, that Panda. Panda's a nice name.
Panda'd be good, wouldn't it? I don't think it is. But...
So the big panda. It's only really Jadeja and Cody won this game for them with the bat.
Yeah,
a few of us chipped in, but to get 220s in an ODI in 50 overs is quite brilliant. I think the majority of this show is going to be taken up by us talking about the bowling, and it seems to be a constant thing that pops up when we talk about England cricket. The bowling has been poor.
I didn't, like I said, I was keeping up on the update, like the blog thing. But you sent me a link so I could watch. It's like a 20-minute highlights package that I watched of it. And I know highlights are made up of boundary hitting or wicket taking, so it's hard to get a judgment. But the Indian batting, all the boundaries it showed were hitting off bad balls. Does that make sense? Because that's not always the case. I
think there was a few early on when I think Wokes and Willie and maybe Ball.
But then I think beautiful cover drives played off
towards like
balls
the past the 12th over onwards. In that that middle stage was just bad ball after bad ball.
It's like right at the death, they're bowling half volleys or like literally long hops. It's like smacking it to all parts.
Yeah,
and Rashid. I mean, I don't know if we should just have a separate section for how he bowled.
I think the only person I want to actually excuse from any sort of
ripping,
is Chris
People
Wokes.
who didn't bowl. Oh,
I think Wokes. I think he bowled really well to start with, and there's had a great economy rate. Got a little bit hit a couple of overs towards, but they were going after everything. But Wokes is the only person who I think, if this was a job where you had to get sacked for after a bad performance, it was like a really he would be the only one that keep his job. It's the spinner. I know we've said this over and over again, but let me just, apart from Joe Root, I don't really want to mention Root. He came on because they bowled 11 over. The spin twins, Rashid and Moeen, bowled 11 overs between them. 98. Yeah. They went for 98 runs in 11 overs.
I know. Yeah.
Joe Root bowled 3 and went for 22, which wasn't great. Rashid went for 50 off 5.
Tell you what, did Rashid, because in the highlights, again, it's hard to know, did he bowl loads of variations?
He doesn't bowl a lot of variations to a top order. He bowls that one out the front of the hand.
Right, because I saw that one and it was terrible. Yeah. And it just went down leg side and sort of halfway down the pitch.
And then he bowls... He obviously has most of his balls is his leggy, and I think he might bowl his... Is it the deucer or the googly? The googly for the leggy. But he's normally the one at the front of the hand and the leggy.
Because my worry was he might have been trying to bowl too many variations.
No. He does. I don't think he bowls.
Can't pitch it.
I don't think he bowls the variations because he can't get the control. But can't get the control with his leggy.
That's what I was thinking though. I was thinking if the problem is he's just trying too much, it's like you should just be going back to bowl. But if it's just he's just bowling leg spin and it's still got no control, like well maybe he can't because he's like 28.
They had to bowl Moeen Ali towards the end of the innings. It's never acceptable for Moeen to be picked over you and to bowl those overs. Moeen Ali, I'm a big fan of Moeen Ali as a player he is, but he is not a
death bowler.
He is not a spin bowler for England. He's someone who could come on and do a job if it comes off. Right, if you get out bowled by Moeen Ali and you're supposed to be England's premier spinner, then there's something gone drastically wrong with what's happened.
I don't think Rashid is our premier spinner though. I don't think we have one. No. I mean that's just perfect to your point. It just shows we don't have one.
We have no confidence in our spin either, do we?
The other thing is right, Moeen Ali, why is he bowling at I know they only needed like one run or whatever, but he was bowling towards the end. So which other team picks their part-time spinner to try and win a game at the end? Like, well, who should we pick? Let's pick the guy who doesn't really bowl. Like, yeah, all right, that's a good idea. Sorry?
And it's not like Moeen Ali's kept it tight. 48 off 6. It's not working. This spin for England is not working.
When are we going to just not have Mo and Ali as a spinner?
Well, I was going to ask you this.
So can we accept that he can do it, like, sometimes be a part-time bowler in Test matches?
Yep, that's
and
fine.
We need to get different people in for spin.
Does Mo and Ali? He bats at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bats at number 7 in ODI cricket.
He should be under major threat. His place.
Now Mo and Ali. I love Mo and Ali, but I don't think he can force his way into that batting lineup because it's so strong at the moment for England. Does Mo and Ali deserve a place in the England squad? The answer, I think, is definitely no.
Oh, really?
In the ODI squad, how can?
But the thing is like, what spinner have you got to take his place?
Well,
I don't understand what they're seeing. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. What's he getting picked for? Is he getting picked because it's like, well, he might do well with a bat and he might do well when he bowls?
Versatility, isn't it? What I try to put with
like,
inverted commas. I would give that Dawson a go. We saw out in the test, but he can bat. So if they're worried about this batting thing, he's batting number 7. We shouldn't.
Yes, exactly. It shouldn't be. If he's going in at 7, you're not worried about your batting line.
I don't think Mona. I think I'd rather give it to. That's not true, Gareth Batty. It's not true.
But
I'd rather give it to somebody else.
Would you not rather drop Rashid though and bring in a different spinner? And then it's like we have our frontline spinner, and then if
I don't think anyone's better than Rashid. I just think Rashid's really shit.
I do.
I
do. I don't think you can. I don't think you could do any worse.
So would you keep Mo and get rid of Rash?
Yeah, I think I would because then you've still got because Mo and Ali can do well. He could really save it if we have a little collapse. That's how strong that batting order is.
Okay, I understand that.
And he can bowl spin, but what I don't want is be like, well, he's our only option. Let's just bowl Mo and Ali. Get rid of Rashid and get someone you can rely on.
With a change either end.
Change my tune the last couple of months, but I just keep him in the team.
I've had enough of watching these spin twins absolutely ruin my fucking day.
You need to give someone else a go.
It's not like he's getting any younger. He's like 29.
Well, that's what I was saying. If he doesn't have control now, it's not like he's lacked practice. He's been playing forever now.
And it's not like you would keep him in the team because, you know, this idea in football, oh, well, he'll be better within the team as a young player growing up.
Exactly. Like, if he was 21, you'd be going, well, all right. Or even if he was 21, I think you'd be going now, well, he needs to go back to county cricket now because he's not good enough.
But we need to choose a bowler to stick with, don't we?
Yeah.
We need to find out who the best spin bowler is.
Just pick someone who can bowl off spin and pitch it in the other half of the pitch. And let's just work on them. Don't pick someone who's got some weird, like, stick the elbow out with a flick wristy thing who's a batsman.
Well, I'm trying to find a, you know.
What's wrong with Ansari? I don't think he did that. Why is he not even in the?
I don't think. I think Dawson's probably higher.
Right. All right. Well, pick him then. Pick him.
And they've got Leach, haven't they? Allegedly. The seamers, like we said, Ball is all right. It's always a toss-up between Ball, Plunkett and Jordan. Let them fight it out to the death. I don't care.
I think we've got some weird thing, right, with seam bowling in England. And I think we've had it for ages and ages there's this length that our bowlers seem to bowl where we bowl short, right?
It will work one day. Don't worry. If we bowl them ones just before a good length, right?
You know, on that pitch map where it's got full, good, and short, just bowl just a little bit back of that, but a little bit slower than you.
Yeah. See where it says good? Just come like 6 inches before that, and make sure they're a little bit slower than normal.
Back of a length? No, a little more than that. A little bit more than that.
But they're not fast enough or short enough to actually cause problems.
That's the thing. It's like, look, bowling short can work. But you need to be and it needs to be deliberate. Accurate as well. It needs to be deliberate.
If you're doing, I don't like watching, it got a few wickets today, but after again, they've knocked 350 off the board. It's this one where it's like, it's not actually they're not going to take evasive action towards the short ball. It's kind of outside their off stump. And they'll flail their arms on it, either go leg side or off. They got a choice to go the ramp or to do whatever they want with it.
It needs to be deliberate and really fast. And aggressive. It needs to be Mitchell Johnson when they won the Ashes 5-0 down. That's what it needs to be. Or don't do it. Yeah,
don't do it at all.
Because just bowling that mundane.
Because you look at that bowling lineup, and there's nobody. I was thinking about Owen Morgan, and you must be looking at his bowlers like there's no one there that I think, you know what, I'll bring you on and you might do something. Stokes has this reputation. I don't think Stokes is the best ODI bowler. He's too expensive. Takes wickets in test matches, but too expensive.
I don't know. He is expensive.
He is,
but then
he is the best bowler there, though, isn't he?
That's what I was going to say.
But he is. There's no Freddie Flintoff in there. He's going to come in and change the game.
I think our point is, I'm not sure we have. What can Jordan bowl 90?
Yeah.
Do we actually have an express bowler?
Plunkett can bowl the high 80s and he can hit 90 as well.
Right. Well, we should be picking them then.
Because David Willey's like right side
bowl
bottom.
Short. So let's go for the short pitch bowling plan and let's pick that medium pace.
I love David Willey, right? But the only reason I love him is because everything he does, he shouldn't be an international cricketer. He bowls that kind of like left. I think he gets things his left armour. Bowls in that like left arm swing, and I love it. But he's not particularly quick.
Well, yeah, don't pick someone for. You've got Stokes, who does that.
But he's not left arm, is he? He's right arm.
I know he's a left hand bat.
He bowls with his right.
Right.
But I like Willey. But I think.
I like Ball. I think Ball's a good bowler. I'm happy with him being in there.
Well, then by that we're not going to change because we can't get rid of Woke, so we're not going to change any of our bowlers. Leave it at that, eh?
No, it's the spin that really needs to change for me. I don't mind the seam attack. I don't mind the seam attack, but the difference is, right, I'm getting muddled up here. The difference is the seam attack is good, but I think they bowl badly, but I think they can change.
Yes,
I don't think the spin has control to change.
No, the seamers own a particular set of skills, and they're actually quite good at.
Yeah, I think they can bowl to a plan. They just have a shit plan. I think the spinners just have
their skill levels are different in their respective fields.
They can't do it. Pick someone else, please.
The next game's on Thursday.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna make that change to the bowling lineup? Take out Rash, bring in Dawson.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one. That will be that. We never do it, but we are going to do it. Well done, Kohli. Well done, whoever else.
Don't be too enthusiastic about it. Virat Kohli does look.
I just feel like if there are Indian listeners, I'm sorry. You do play really good cricket.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
They're fantastic. You're going to play continuously great cricket in the future, but I don't care.
Depressing for me. I love watching it. Virat Kohli watching.
Yeah, when they're not battering England, I like watching.
He's just imperious. He's absolutely brilliant, and he looks like you're not going to get him out. Which England batters do well, but no one has that authority at the moment. When they're batting, you're like, wow, I don't think they're going to get out.
No,
like Virat Kohli, like you said, when they were 60 for 4,
he batted with a purpose, which was brilliant.
It's like Virat Kohli still looks like they haven't lost a wicket yet, and he's he's opening the batting. It's like he just looks insane.
Probably leave it there then. England get smashed. That's all you need to know. If you can't
defend 350,
then you go back and you look at your bowlers. That's as simple as that. Should we move on to something somewhat a lot more positive, and that's comments we've been getting on the channel.
Definitely.
We've got to quickly say thank you to the likes and the comments. They've rolled in as of recently.
Yeah.
I think how it works is, I haven't spoken to you about this, but I think how it works is if you get likes and comments,
okay,
if you'll interact with your channel, then it potentially allows other people to, like, it might come up in suggested videos and things like that. So the more interaction we get, so
massive thank you then.
We're very thankful for it. And we also love reading your comments and whatever you guys say, we really enjoy reading it.
It's kind of like a deep, really, really good. I love it. I love it when we get a new comment.
So the first comment we had from Yati Kundu. Yati, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your name.
Almost certainly are.
Yeah, please let me know if I am butchering your name. And
we need the
next time we have a conversation,
of the syllables of how to say it, so we can say it properly.
You guys are hilarious.
Yeah, brilliant. That's
the
first comment we ever had.
First comment we ever had.
Can do a lot worse than that. Thank you.
Thumbs up. I've just given him a thumbs up.
Cheers, mate.
Jack Peters. Now, Jack Peters has come up with a couple of Duckett comments to start with.
All right.
We should have Duckett back. And then another comment saying Duckett got picked on his form in England, not in India, and should be given a chance in England conditions.
Okay. Does he say what format? I'm guessing he's thinking test matches.
Well, I'm presuming it's test match cricket because we've been talking about tests recently.
What do you think about that?
It's a commendable point. It's a good point. But international cricket doesn't work like that, does it? If the players that have gone out and done well in India in difficult conditions do better than what you have, and to such an extent, you can't get back in the team.
Do you think that's a problem, though? So, well, these lads have done so well in India, you can't get a spot in the team. Like, well, no one's really done that well in India. You may as well bring him back when we go back to England.
But the players that have outplayed him, and I'm talking about Butler, I'm talking about Hasid Hamid and Jennings, outplayed him in India, and he's going to find it difficult to come back and find it into that top order, or even the middle order.
We'll see.
Because he's got this. Jack has got a brilliant point of Duckett's done.
Yeah, in England.
But all the players do well in England. That's why they get picked for English team cricket in the first place.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if we don't see him back in an ODI or in and around the team.
He wasn't in your list of dead players, was he?
Yeah.
That will never return. You see,
in the year.
I said he will. I said most of the people on that list will.
But so do you think would you be interested in bringing Duckett back next summer?
He's got to be. I think he'll be right at the very top of the list for dibs on coming back in.
Does he pip players like Butler, Hasid Hamid?
Well, I don't think he competes with Hamid. I don't think he competes for the opening spot.
Well, but he opened, didn't he?
No, yeah, but I know, but I don't think he should.
And he bats number 3 for his county.
Right, but he should be competing for sort of 3 to 5.
5 or 6, right?
Yeah, somewhere around there. And I think he's got a good shout of getting in there.
I don't think he's better.
I think England middle order's really struggled. Like you said, how many times have we just gone?
No, I think the middle order's great. It's the top order that's extremely shit. The middle order of Stokes.
I think our tail end.
But like 5 and 6. That's the position he would be going for. Is normally Bairstow or Stokes. He's no way better than Bairstow or Stokes.
Get rid of Moen.
I prefer Moen to Duckett.
It's a good question, though, isn't it? It's a good question, and I think he's
obviously a Duckett fan, Jack. So
I think he's in line.
I think you're probably right. He probably is knocking on the door, but I think he's slightly down the list compared to a few of the other players. Jack, you're going to get some thumbs up. Jack has told us that the test team, the ICC best test team of the year, was voted by journalists in August.
Okay, well,
so that just does. If that's
true, then
I'll take that as the truth.
Then
why is it being voted
why don't they know what they're talking about?
And he also has mentioned that Cook will probably leave the captaincy after the next Ashes in the winter, which is, you called it, didn't you?
Yeah. I don't think he'll leave it now. You
said that will exactly happen. He will look to go up to the Ashes and then call it a day then.
Yeah.
So Jack and
good shout.
And Dave, we all agree on that point.
I thought he was going to give it up now. Or you change your mind? We
need to actually probably come out with. We recorded that podcast a long time ago, and I definitely think he's going to give it up right now. So, since we recorded that, I think it was before the 5th test.
Yeah.
And we were like, "Nah, I'll be all right." And then the things that were coming out of the England camp and things that were coming out of Cook's mouth, it was just like he's definitely going.
I think he'll give it up after the Ashes.
Our next comment, Jack, you've got thumbs up on all of those, mate.
Cheers, mate.
I'm sorry if I get your name wrong again. It's Arki Ranadiv. Again, Arki. Please let me know if I'm butchering that. Really like the podcast.
Good.
That was extremely positive comment. We're very grateful for that. Thank you. Continue listening.
Definitely. That's nice, isn't it?
And throw more comments if you want to hear anything, want us to talk about anything. Throw comments out.
We haven't been trolled yet, have we? I think that's when you know you're doing really well.
I haven't been trolled. Dr. Holmes.
Right.
The doctor's getting involved.
Okay.
I feel like he's going to go out of internet history at this rate.
What, has he left a comment? What?
I think Bell should come back into the team and Bairstow or Bell himself should be the captain. That was to Owen's face for that comment, not for Dr. Holmes. Dr. Holmes, I actually said Bell should come back for the Indian series, not as the captain, but I called for Belly to come back. I think Bell is too old to get back into the team now we've left.
What about KP?
India.
He didn't get a fair crap when he was captain. Bring him back.
I would have brought Bell back for the Indian series, but that's it.
God, no.
going back to the English summer, I don't think he's too old.
No.
And he definitely
Let's
shouldn't be
move
the
on.
captain, should
Let's
he?
move on.
Bairstow, though. What do you think Bairstow being captain? It's all Dr. Holmes.
I think he's too laddie. I do. I reckon he's like Stuart Broad. I think he's too nice and too kind of...
In the Who Should Captain England podcast, which these guys commented on, I actually said if Cook keeps the captaincy for another couple of years or so, Bairstow might be able to grow into that role as vice captain and then take it, which might not be a bad idea.
Not at the moment, though. I don't think he should. Thank you for the comment, though.
Thank you, Dr. Holmes. Thumbs up.
Ian Bell.
CCCO comes in with a couple of comments.
Go on.
We've obviously asked what people want to hear. So maybe do a review of best Ashes players of all time.
I'd love to do that.
Players who would rise to the occasion when Ashes came around.
That's a great idea. Seriously, I'd love to do that.
Shout,
That's a really good idea.
We'd have to go away and do some research and look into it.
I've got quite a few names come to mind. I like that. Because there are those players that turn up in Ashes series and then just die away when it's not the big game.
Thank you, Triple CO. You've come back with another comment. This is slightly longer, so bear with me when I read it out.
Don't sigh. Go on.
Also, no, I wasn't sighing. I was,
I
was getting ready to
deliver
this. Also, I wouldn't mind you guys giving me your views on the way pitches have been prepared around the world. Are curators preparing pitches that bias the home side to such an extent that Test series are becoming too predictable? Or is it the way Test cricket should be played? Should the ICC be involved so that pitch curators are just preparing pitches that will last 5 days to maximise sponsorship revenue for the networks? Or is it that it's up to the home country? I don't know. Just your views on pitches would be cool. I'm on the brink of following, chaps. Love your work.
On the brink. On the brink.
Does following mean subscribing?
Yes.
Because if you take anything away from this episode, just hit that little subscribe button. And then when we do this episode that you want,
I think that's a good idea as well. I think it's really interesting.
You'll know exactly when it comes up, Triple CO. We spoke about the rules of cricket. There are some rules we don't necessarily want to, we don't like, and that might be something we can bring it up on that. Yeah. So in the next coming weeks, we probably will look to touch upon that.
Those are a few good rainy day ones there.
On a Sunday topic, definitely. Thank you for all your comments. We're probably going to end it there.
Yeah.
Make sure you subscribe. Leave us a like. Again, give those comments in. Whatever you thought. If you liked the podcast, didn't like it, what went wrong with it, or things you want to hear in the future, make sure you give us a comment. And in a couple of weeks' time, if we've got some more comments, we'll go and read through them and have a chat about them again. Next Thursday.
Yeah, it's the next one day, second one day.
It's the second one day. Make sure you tune in for that. We'll have a podcast for you in the evening time in the UK. And please subscribe.
Yeah. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.